What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Becoming a Five Star Stylist. This is technically episode five, but episodes one through four were recorded many months ago. Um, I've been really racking my brain on how to do this perfectly, and today I just had the epiphany to just do it flawed, do it imperfectly, do it in a way that people can receive the information because that's what actually matters. And in time, this will become better. So, for my long term listeners, thank you for your patience. And if you're new here, welcome. Welcome. There is so much good information for me to share with you all. And so I'm looking forward to what this breeds in the beauty industry. That being said, I want to get right into it. Today, I want to talk about currency and what it means to be paid. Um, Oftentimes in business, we value um, the financial aspect of currency and being paid. But today, I'm reflecting on a valuable lesson where a mistake turned into currency for me, not financially directly or immediately, but long term. So I'm constantly, excuse me, I'm constantly figuring out how to perfect my business, how to make it flow smoothly. Even though I am one person and I don't have a team, I don't have an assistant or any of those things, I want it to feel cohesive when from being interested to sitting in my chair, I want it to feel flawless. And so I've automated a lot of things. However, I'm still recognizing flaws as I begin to scale and grow bigger. That being said, for my new clients, it's not difficult for me to get them in the chair because whether you find me on Instagram or TikTok or Google, you know that the very first thing that you have to do is fill out a new client form, schedule the consultation, we discuss, and then we schedule. But for clients who I already have, um, it's a little bit difficult because oftentimes they'll just suddenly be interested in a new service. For example, I have WIG clients or microlink clients who are like, oh, what's this K-tip business about? And I tell them and they're interested. And so this particular client, that's exactly how it happened. And instead of scheduling the consultation or setting it up properly, or at least the way that I normally would with a new client, I just quickly, it was like, hey, well, let's just talk really quick. Um, she told me that she was interested in K-tips, 20 to 22 inches, something like that. And I scheduled it. I wrote everything down. I took some light notes, but my K-tip services are tiered based on length, density, and also the length, desired density, and also the density of the client's head. And those things determine how I decide which of the three tiers you fall under. And so I got this client scheduled months in advance. And it finally came, and I'm like, I'm so excited because this is the first time I'm doing my top tier K tips. This is the fullest version of K tips. This is up to 300 grams. Just all of the fun, all of the fun stuff, all of the fun stuff. And so from there, I go ahead and get ready. I start prepping the K tips. It's a big job, but I'm excited because boy, oh boy, we're about to do something big. And so the day comes, and I've gotten 300 grams of K tips prepped, and I noticed that where I would have had reference in my notes, if this was a new client, I didn't have that reference for her, so I didn't know exactly what I had quoted her. Thankfully, I thought this through and I'm just like, how can I figure out the price that I quoted her? Because I never want there to be a discrepancy or bad vibes when it comes to exchanging money ever. And so I said to her, just so I'm clear, let me know exactly what I quoted you for. And she said the number. And I was like, oh, okay, okay. So I had prepped 300 grams for the top tier K tip install, and she was quoted for the mid tier K tip install, which could easily have been $1,000 difference. And I know. Pick your jaw up. Trust me, mine hit the floor. But then I thought about it for a second. I'm like, no matter what I get paid, even if I didn't get paid today, I have one job, and that's to create fantastic content. I got to knock it out of the park, which is I already planned on doing it. So instead of focusing on the fact that this is a potentially $1,000 loss in my mind, I said no. We're gonna treat it just like we would if I was getting paid everything that I would normally be paid for this service, recognizing that the mistake was on my behalf. She's going to get what I prepped for because that's what she should have gotten. That's what I should have quoted her for. I don't know why, with the length of hair that she has, the density that she has, that I would have quoted less. But that it doesn't matter at this point. Game time, right? And so instead of being focused on the fact that, oh no, I'm not going to make as much money on this client that I should or could, I said, perfect, great, okay. So she's whatever the numbers I quoted her at is what it is. No funny business because that's bad business. And I knock it out of the park. It's gorgeous. I post the content, and that particular content did better than my content is done in like 3+ months because I haven't really been posting like that. And it was a reminder that, yeah, first of all, you're skilled. Also, you're unique. No one's doing what you're doing. And you have reached a great group of women at a phenomenal scale. So it wasn't about the money that day, it was about the seed that was planted. And my inbox is indicative of that. I have so many inquiries, not just women in Michigan, but as far as Vegas, I've seen so far, but I've had people inquire from California. The point is just that energy goes where energy flows, and currency is energy. It's not about the paper dollars because that's man-made. It's about the mentality. And so to take this all the way back to being a five-star stylist, I could have said, "Oh, well, what I'm doing is actually $1,000 extra," which maybe she would have paid it, maybe she wouldn't have. But if she did, she would not have paid it from a place of joy because I didn't prepare to spend an extra $1,000 today. Are you crazy? And or she could have been so upset by the huge discrepancy in price that she could have just been like, no, you know what? I'm good. I'm going to go put my wig back on. And that would have been totally fair too. So in that moment, as much as it's important to have money, believe me, we are all working for money. Um, Business is more important. Being a quality business person is more important. In cosmetology school, from my experience almost 17 years ago, no one really taught me white glove service when it came to luxury styling, luxury service. They taught me how to pass the board, that's it. But when it comes to business, I'm noticing such a lack in knowledge with my peers, with other professionals, and I don't blame you all. That's the reason that I created the Five Star Stylist group, to share this information, to show other stylists and share information, exchange information. So we can all learn from one another. Um, how to navigate situations like that, how to navigate the need for money, how to navigate the mistakes that cost $1,000, but still prioritize the experience for your client. Things like that matter far more than leaving with that dollar amount in the moment. But the other thing was for me, in making a mistake so costly, I learned a valuable lesson, which is that I have to treat everyone exactly the same because no one will respect my business more than me. It's very rare that people do that. People meet you at your level of self respect across the board. And so now I know that with new clients and established clients alike, when it's time to discuss a new service, we need to consult. We cannot do the service without consulting. And a thorough consultation with Robert Alexander means that it's written down how many grams will be used, Will there be color? Yes or no. Has the client paid the deposit? Yes or no. The day that it's scheduled, with whatever other information, such as if they want to get in earlier or not. That's how I make sure that I'm on point, because once upon a time, when I was much younger and my client base was much smaller, I could remember these things. But now the prayers are being answered. We're growing beyond trying to keep it all in here. This is a business. Sam Walton is not keeping it. Well, I think Sam Walton is dead, but Walmart's not keeping it all up here. Neither is Apple. Neither is Disney. Neither is any other company. Neither is Nike. None of these people are keeping it up here. They're hiring people and putting systems in place to make it happen. And do we all have the money to hire a whole C suite right now? Probably not. But at the very least, we can start creating systems that maintain business for us in a way that does not cost us thousands of dollars. Imagine if I did that more. Imagine if I did that a few more times. I've lost thousands, I've leaked, I've bled thousands of dollars that I did not need to. So that's the takeaway from here. I'll keep it short and sweet. Thank you guys for listening. This is episode 5. My intention is to record every single week going forward for 10 to 15 minutes, just sharing personal experiences that have been valuable lessons in business for me, so that you all can gain from them, learn from them, share your thoughts, give your insights. Tell me I'm crazy for the things I do, whatever you want to do. I just want to keep the conversation going, because as a business, as an industry, there is so much room for growth. And I, for one, want to facilitate that. So thank you guys for listening. And until next time, let's keep it 5 stars. All right.